Alright, here we go. I'm going to make a little video on 10 things that I feel you can make your kid better in the sport of wrestling. It's 5 a.m. here. I'm in my sauna, as you guys can kind of see here. We got a sauna and come down here and do my thinking and things at 5 a.m. get my work done so I can come coach you guys at night. So, quick couple things about me. I work with special ed kids in the morning, actually during the day. And then at night, I come and I coach my high school wrestling team, junior high wrestling team during that season. And then I go on to coach all of the youth kids that we do in our club as well. So this is kind of my first YouTube videos, so I thought I would, so if it's a little rough, I'm sorry, but do the best I can. I know my voice isn't the best, so I'll try to speak as clear as I possibly can. Next thing we go here, give you a little background information on myself, so you guys can kind of know where I'm coming from and maybe get to know me a little bit better. I started wrestling when I was about 5 years old. Started just getting matches in, going around. We started traveling the country when I got a little older. Me and my family went everywhere, man. We went from California to Oklahoma to Idaho. We went all across the country and did many, many great things. I have many fond memories of all the wrestling trips we went on. It's not all about the matches you win. It's about the fun times you have with your family and how things go. So that's one thing to keep in mind, and we'll get into that a little deeper here in a little bit. Like I said, I've wrestled since I was 5. I started coaching when I was about 15, 16 years old. Just thought I'd get in there, and just try it out and see what it'd be like. And I love it. I would never change it for the world. This is my path, my career. This is the things I love to do, and I'm passionate about it. I mean, I will get in there and get after it. I'm sure you hear me night after night. My voice is loud and big, and some kids don't like that, but I get in there and I try to, encourage the kids. If I can change one kid's life, I mean, it's huge to me. If I can make a kid that wants to work out and wants to get after it at this day and age, that's just huge to me. So I love to make kids better at life and at wrestling all at the same time. It has so many values and so much to it, and I'll do another video on that a little bit later. But to start off this one, like I said, we're going to do the 10 things I feel that you can help your kid to become a little more successful. So, let me get back to me a little bit here, and then we'll move on. After I started coaching, wrestled 4 years of high school. I was a state runner-up. Sorry about that. My voice is just gone from coaching. Coaching voice here. It's just one of those things you gotta learn to deal with. Anyway, so I went on. I wrestled high school. Like I said, I was a state runner-up. Came close to placing nationals a few times. Things like that. Probably a little bit better coach now than I was wrestler. I had my weaknesses for sure, and so we all do. And now I try to portray my things. I tell the kids to do that I was maybe a little weaker at. And things like that. The next thing is I moved on. I went to college. I decided not to wrestle in college. I decided to play football. Went to the University of Mary in Bismarck, North Dakota. I played football there, and I just couldn't stay out of the wrestling room, so I would go in after my season was over, and I'd practice with the college team. I wrestled in one open tournament in college, and I practiced with them a ton. So, I might as well have wrestled, I guess, but I didn't want to cut the weight, and some other issues behind that, so I just didn't wrestle in college. But then I went on, I reffed during that time as well. Then I worked in a prison for a little while, did some things with corrections, stuff like that. Worked at a sheriff's department, all that type of stuff, and then moved home. Moved home so I could, great-grandmother, she was a little sick, things like that, and so I moved home and helped take care of her until her death about 9 months after I had moved home. But funny thing was I fell into a crazy job working with special ed kids as a special ed assistant, and I love it. It changed my life, changed who I am, what I am, and maybe become a coach, and maybe take the path I am now. So, sometimes we fall into things and it's just crazy. So that's a little information on me. I'm a huge sports enthusiast. I work out, big into the fitness, big into all that. So I push your kids, but a lot of it's all based off of research. A lot of things, a lot of forums, a lot of different things that I do every single day to make myself a better coach. That's why I get up at 5 a.m. to help your kids out and to come up with new ideas, new ways. I'm not perfect, so by any means. Anyway, though, there's about a little 5-minute little spiel on myself. Now we'll get into this, 10 things I think that you can help your kid out here with. I'm using my little cheat sheet here, so if you keep seeing me look down, that's what I'm doing. First thing I got is just be patient. Wrestling isn't an easy sport, and no sport is, This day and age, we are so caught up in this hoopla and this deal of wanting to be good right now, this immediate second. And to me, it's crazy because the train of thought I come from is it takes time, hard work, dedication. So you have to be patient. You can't expect your kid to be good in the first week that he's out for the sport, or the first day, or the first year. There's just no way any Olympic athlete, any professional athlete, all they have done is work their entire lives to get to that point. And so if you think your kid's going to get better in a day or two, you're just nuts, You have to be patient. You have to make sure that, I'm sorry, my girlfriend's out there walking, or my fiance's out there walking around. So you have to be patient, though, and you have to make sure that you stay positive and patient with your kids. I've seen dads throw fits and punch walls and scream at their kids, and a lot of them don't stay because their dads aren't patient or their moms aren't patient. They just don't want to be there. They don't want to disappoint you. So the next best thing is just to quit. And I don't want that. You have to be patient. You have to take the time to be patient and dedicated. So the next thing that goes into that, my number 2 thing here is work with your kids at home. A couple things you could do at home is stop by the room after practice and talk to me. I'll give you all the information you need to work with your kid at home. You don't have to even know anything about the sport of wrestling, but there's a few little tricks and things you could do at home. Far as maybe it might be just positive talking, telling the kid, "Gosh, didn't you love that after practice? Wasn't that fun? It was great." And if they're not having fun, let me know, and we'll figure out some other ways to get it. But we want to make hard work fun. This day and age is not pushed hard enough. So we want to make hard work fun. And kind of brainwash them into thinking that hard work is fun, because this day and age, too many people just sit around and do nothing, and it ends up being easy way just to do nothing and sit around and play video games all day. But so working at home, you can do lots of things, just like school. If your kid was struggling reading, would you help him out? Would you help him out? Would you read with him at night? Yeah, you would. So it's just like wrestling. If they're struggling learning something, come ask. I can help you out just as well. Let's give you a few little tips, and you might be able to turn that kid around in a very short amount of time. Then that being patient thing, that might speed that process up a little bit. So just taking an invested interest in your kid and then working at home definitely can help out. Third thing I said, and I think I've kind of touched on this already, is have fun. Make sure your kid's having fun, and make sure you push that the hard work is fun. Yeah, it's not always going to be the best thing ever. Nobody likes to go to work and have to push themselves every day, but it makes you a better person. But if you think it's fun, it's a lot better off. If you have a better mentality, a better thought process, you're going to have way more fun, thinking it's fun than it really is. You got to kind of brainwash yourself, have that positive thinking, I'm huge into that. I try to every day to tell myself, work's fun. I love it. It was great. And I do love what I do. But you got to kind of tell yourself that all the time as well. So have fun with it, take your kids to tournaments, but have fun. Make memories. The things they're going to remember more are the memories at the tournaments, not so much what place they got at the Buffalo Invite in 2012 or 2013. Nobody's ever going to remember that. What they're going to remember is the trip there, the crazy one story, getting a flat tire. We had a family get a flat tire last week, and I guarantee they'll remember that stuff and joke about that later on in life than you ever will about the tournament or what place you got. So have fun with it and make that enjoyable. Here we go, number 4. Use the time at the events. The time of the events could be a huge opportunity to spend with your family and have fun. Use that time wisely. There's no TV. there's very little internet usually. I mean, you know, you have your iPads and those types of things, and I'm a huge supporter of those. I love them. But at the same time, use the time wisely. Sit down, bring some cards to the tournaments. Have fun with your kids there. They'll love the sport 10 times more if they're having fun bonding time with you. Plus, you're away from the TV, computers, all of it. You know, you can go and have tons of fun at these tournaments, but use it to your advantage. Use it to make memories with your family. Those things will make you enjoy the sport more, and the kid to enjoy the sport more. Number 5 here is a huge one. Get your kid on the mat. If your kid's not out wrestling, there's no other better way to get better at wrestling than wrestling. You know, there's a lot of people that think, oh, my kid needs to run 10 miles a day to get better at wrestling. And I even fell into that when I was in high school. You know, and I would go out and run. It helps, great cardio. But you need to be in the room wrestling, and that's what I feel is the biggest thing to help your kid become successful. I mean, we've got kids in our club that are very successful at the national level. Well, they're successful because they go out and wrestle matches. They get better, but they also keep it fun. You know, so there's like a happy medium there. You got to get matches in, but you got to keep it fun at the same time. And you know, if you need more ways to do that, come ask us. I will help you out the best I can, and I will give you more ideas on how to have fun. But you gotta have fun, and you gotta get your kids on the mat. You know, you have to be there. Next thing I have is keep them excited and full of passion. I love this sport. It teaches you so many life lessons, so much. There's just nothing better than life lessons that come out of this sport. I mean, it teaches you dedication, hard work, how to get far in life, how to get far in the sport, because you have to dedicate yourself. What a better lesson to teach your kid is how to get better at this at the sport of life than to excel at this sport by the hard work and dedication. There's too many people nowadays that don't dedicate themselves to their work, that don't dedicate themselves to anything, and they live a very unsatisfying and a very, very upset life and very depressed because they're not satisfied with anything in their lives. So, you know, what better way to help your kid get started down the right path and to keep them full of passion and make sure they're having fun with it. You know, be passionate when you're talking to them about it and make sure they're having fun. Next thing is, sorry, she was trying to get my attention. Hold on. I'll be done in 1 minute. I'm doing a video for YouTube. Sorry, she need to ask me a question. I've been sitting on here a little bit longer than I thought I would. Anyway, so let me get back to what I was doing here. I'm sure hopefully I caught her on there. I'm sure she'll really love that because she just got out of the shower. And yeah, I'm sure she'd love me to put that on there. So anyway, use the off seasons and summers. You know, I do a wrestling program in the summertime where we get set up and we go in 2 days a week, we wrestle, and it's really fun, actually. We don't condition really that much. We just go in and we work out and we learn things. It's a huge opportunity, though. There's a tournament in summertime that we go to as well. So that off-season and in that summer, that's a huge opportunity. I mean, you can make up for a lot of lost time. I mean, I've seen kids go from 6th, 7th grade turn into studs just because they use that summer time. And even in the high school level, that happens as well. Kids will use the summer as another season and keep going. And they become 10 times better at that. So that's my number 7 thing, is use the summers and the off-season to your advantage. There's a lot of teams and clubs that don't do that. Plus, what a better way to keep that fire lit and to have them keep going is just to keep them involved with it, and we can make it fun, you know. So I think that's definitely, use those summers to your advantage. And then be the 1% of people who take action. I mean, you know, you can listen to this video. It's about a 15-minute video so far, and I'm hopefully going to be done in the next few minutes. But be that 1%. You know, everybody out there talks and talks and talks and talks. But 98% of people, 99% of people aren't going to do a thing about it. So, you know, go out and take action on what you're going to do with your kid. Work with them at home. You know, have fun with them. Use the time at the event. Keep them excited, full of passion for whatever they love in life. And try to make it this sport so that way they know how to work hard and they have a good dedicated base. So when they do become a Fortune 500 company leader, you know, they have the mental capacity to handle that and know how to work to get there. So just take action. Don't sit back. Buy DVDs. Buy things. Ask questions. Don't be that guy that just sits back and goes, oh, they're too cliquish to talk to. Oh, no, come up and ask us some questions. I mean, that's plain and simple. It's anything in life, too. You can't sit back and wait for people to come to you. You got to go to them and get after it and be that 1% that's willing to ask those questions and to make your kid better. Next thing is you invest in your kid. I just mentioned it. There's some DVDs out there you can buy. There's lots of different things. I'm not going to push a certain one on this per se. Come talk to me if you want to know some different things to push, because I'll tell you some great products out there. And then another thing that I have is I do a Wednesday night deal. Last night, it's Thursday morning here. Last night we did our Wednesday night retro. We had 15 kids. I mean, those kids are getting after it and purely getting on it. I'm going to record some of those practices and put some little bits and pieces up out in those practices. So check that out. Invest in your kids. Invest in your time with your kids. Things at home, again, being patient. That's investing in your time with your kids. So invest in that. And the last thing I know I got is it comes back to an old psychology thing. And I can't remember the doctor's name exactly, but there was a psychology professor out there, and he asked the students, you take a glass and you hold it full of water, is it going to be heavy? And no, it won't be. But over time, over an hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, that glass of water is going to get a lot heavier. So my point is just know when to put the glass down, I mean, I'm saying be patient, dedicated, but if your kid's starting to not have fun or starting to not like it, maybe take a night or two off or a week off and come back. Your kid will be way more rejuvenated and come talk to me to let me know that they're having troubles with that. And we can definitely push some other kids towards them to keep making it fun and making them want to work harder. So just know when to put the glass down and when to pick it up is my thing on that. So that's about all I got on that. Those are my top 10 things. Be patient, work with your kids at home, have fun, use the time of the events, get on the mat, keep them excited and full of passion for whatever they do in life. Use the off seasons and summers. Be that 1% of person that takes action. I think that's a huge one. Invest in your kids and then know when to put the glass down. Those are my 10 things. It's kind of a brief summary. I could talk all day. As you can see, this video is 17 minutes long. So the only thing I got left is just make your kid better by making them better every day, every hour, every second, life, no matter what their passion is, and try to just instill, work hard, and go after whatever they want. Again, like I said, my biggest goal is to change a kid's life in wrestling, hopefully to make them just a better person and make them more active in this very lifestyle where we sit around and do absolutely nothing, most of us 90% of the time. So if you got any questions or concerns, come see me. I'm going to post some more videos, things you can do at home, and hopefully the next one's not quite so long. Thanks.